What if I told you that your Social Security check this February could look different than what you've been receiving? For millions of Americans across the country, the February 2026 Social Security payment brings some important changes that could directly impact your monthly budget. And here's the thing, most people have no idea what's actually happening with their payments right now. In the next few minutes, I'm going to break down everything you need to know about the February payment increase, who's getting it, exactly how much more you can expect, and most importantly, what you need to do to make sure you're getting every single dollar you're entitled to. So stay with me until the very end because I'm also going to share some critical mistakes people are making that could cost them hundreds or even thousands of dollars this year. Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm dedicated to helping you understand Social Security, retirement benefits, and making sure you maximize every benefit you've earned. Make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you never miss an update that could affect your financial security. Today, we're diving deep into the February 2026 Social Security payment increase. And trust me, this is information you absolutely need to have. Let's start with the basics. Every year, Social Security benefits are adjusted based on something called the Cost of Living Adjustment, or COLA. You've probably heard this term before, but let me explain exactly what it means for you. The COLA is designed to help your Social Security benefits keep up with inflation. It's based on the Consumer Price Index for urban wage earners and clerical workers, which is quite a mouthful, so we just call it the CPIW. Basically, the government looks at how much prices have increased for things like food, housing, medical care, transportation, and other essential expenses, and then they adjust Social Security benefits accordingly. For 2026, the COLA increase was announced late last year, and it went into effect starting with January payments. But here's where it gets interesting for February. Many people are just now seeing the full impact of this adjustment in their February payments, and there are several reasons why February might look different from what you received in January or what you were getting at the end of last year. The COLA for 2026 came in at a specific percentage that reflects the inflation we've experienced over the past year. Now, while this percentage might seem modest compared to some of the larger increases we saw in previous years when inflation was running extremely high, it still represents real money in your pocket every single month. For the average retiree receiving Social Security, we're talking about a meaningful increase that adds up over the course of the year. Let me give you some concrete numbers here because that's what really matters. The average Social Security retirement benefit before the COLA adjustment was sitting at around $2,100 per month. With the 2026 COLA applied, that average benefit increases by a certain amount that could range anywhere from $30 to $60 or more, depending on the exact COLA percentage and your individual benefit amount. Now, I know that might not sound like a fortune, but over the course of a year, that's several $100s in additional income that you wouldn't have had otherwise. But here's what a lot of people don't realize. The increase isn't the same for everyone. Your individual payment increase depends on what you were already receiving. Social Security applies the COLA percentage to your current benefit amount. So someone receiving $2,000 a month will get a different dollar increase than someone receiving $1,500 a month, even though they're both getting the same percentage increase. This is really important to understand because it helps you calculate what you should actually be receiving. Now let's talk about why February is particularly significant this year. First, January payments sometimes get processed during the holiday period at the end of December, and there can occasionally be delays or adjustments that get sorted out by February. Second, some people are seeing their first full month of the increased payment in February, especially if there were any administrative processing times involved. Third, and this is crucial, February is when many people start to notice other changes that affect their net payment. Things like Medicare Part B premium adjustments. Speaking of Medicare, this is absolutely critical and affects the majority of Social Security recipients. If you're enrolled in Medicare Part B, your premium is typically deducted automatically from your Social Security payment. Every year, Medicare Part B premiums can change, and for 2026, there has been an adjustment. The standard Medicare Part B premium for 2026 is a specific amount that might be higher or lower than what you paid in 2025. This means that even with your COLA increase, your net Social Security payment might not increase by as much as you expected because of the Medicare premium change. Let me break this down with a real example. Let's say you were receiving $2,000 per month in Social Security before the COLA. The COLA increases your benefit by, let's say, $50, bringing you to $2,050. But if your Medicare Part B premium went up by $20, your actual net increase is only $30, not $50. This catches a lot of people off guard because they hear about the COLA increase but don't factor in the Medicare premium change. You need to look at both numbers together to understand your true financial picture. There's also something called the hold harmless provision that protects most Social Security recipients. This provision ensures that your Social Security benefit cannot decrease from one year to the next because of an increase in Medicare Part B premiums. So if your COLA increase is smaller than the Medicare premium increase, you're protected. However, this doesn't apply to everyone. High-income beneficiaries who pay higher Medicare premiums based on their income, new Medicare enrollees, and people who aren't having their Medicare premiums deducted from Social Security aren't covered by this protection. Let's talk about the payment schedule because timing matters, especially when you're budgeting. Social Security payments go out on a specific schedule every month based on your birth date. If you were born between the 1st and 10th of the month, you typically receive your payment on the second Wednesday. If you were born between the 11th and 20th, you get paid on the third Wednesday. And if you were born between the 21st and the end of the month, your payment comes on the fourth Wednesday. There are some exceptions to this, particularly for people who started receiving benefits before May 1997 or who receive both Social Security and Supplemental Security income, who typically get paid on the third of each month. For February 2026, you need to mark your calendar based on which group you fall into. Knowing exactly when your payment is coming helps you plan your expenses and avoid any cash flow problems. And if your payment doesn't arrive when expected, that's a red flag that you need to contact Social Security immediately to find out what's going on. Now, I want to address something that causes a lot of confusion: taxes on Social Security benefits. This is separate from the COLA and Medicare issues, but it's incredibly important. Depending on your total income, you may have to pay federal income tax on a portion of your Social Security benefits. The thresholds for this haven't changed in decades, which means more and more people are finding themselves owing taxes on their Social Security. If you're filing as an individual and your combined income is between $25,000 and $34,000, you may have to pay income tax on up to 50% of your benefits. If your combined income is more than $34,000, up to 85% of your benefits may be taxable. For married couples filing jointly, the thresholds are $32,000 and $44,000 respectively. Combined income includes your adjusted gross income, any non-taxable interest, and half of your Social Security benefits. Here's why this matters for the February increase. If your Social Security benefit goes up because of the COLA, your combined income goes up too, which could potentially push you into a higher tax bracket or make more of your Social Security taxable. This doesn't mean you shouldn't be happy about the increase, but it does mean you need to plan accordingly. Some people choose to have federal taxes withheld directly from their Social Security payments to avoid a big tax bill at the end of the year. You can set this up by filing Form W-4V with Social Security. Let me share some action steps you should take right now to make sure everything is correct with your February payment. First, check your My Social Security account online. If you haven't set one up yet, do it today. This secure account lets you see your benefit amount, payment history, tax documents, and any other important information. It's the easiest way to verify that your payment reflects the correct COLA increase. Second, review your Medicare premium. Look at your Medicare and you handbook or check your Medicare account online to confirm what your Part B premium should be for 2026. Make sure the amount being deducted from your Social Security matches what you're supposed to be paying. Errors do happen, and catching them early is important. Third, if you're receiving substantially less than you expected, or if your payment didn't arrive at all, contact Social Security immediately. You can call their national number, but be prepared for potentially long wait times. Calling early in the morning, early in the week, or later in the month typically results in shorter hold times. You can also visit your local Social Security office, though many services are now handled online or by phone. Fourth, update your budget. Even a small increase in your monthly income gives you an opportunity to reassess your financial situation. Can you put a little more into savings, pay down debt faster, cover medical expenses that you've been putting off, make your money work for you? Fifth, be aware of scams. Unfortunately, whenever there are changes to Social Security, scammers come out in force. Social Security will never call you asking for your Social Security number, threatening to suspend your benefits unless you pay immediately, or demanding payment in gift cards, wire transfers, or cryptocurrency. If you get a call like this, hang up. It's a scam. If you're unsure whether a communication is legitimate, contact Social Security directly using the official number. Let's talk about some special situations. If you're working while receiving Social Security and you're under your full retirement age, there are earnings limits that could affect your benefits. For 2026, if you're under full retirement age for the entire year, Social Security will deduct $1 for every $2 you earn above a certain annual limit. If you reach full retirement age in 2026, a different higher limit applies, and Social Security deducts $1 for every $3 you earn above that limit. Once you reach full retirement age, there's no earnings limit at all. The COLA increase applies to your full benefit amount, but if you're subject to earnings withholding, you might not see the full impact of the increase depending on how much you're earning. This is complex, so if you're working and receiving benefits, it's worth talking to a Social Security representative to understand exactly how this affects you. For those receiving Supplemental Security Income, or SSI, the COLA applies to those benefits as well. SSI payments also increased for 2026, and the maximum federal SSI payment went up accordingly. If you receive both Social Security and SSI, both payments should reflect the COLA increase, though the timing might be slightly different. Survivor benefits and disability benefits also receive the COLA adjustment. If you're receiving benefits based on a deceased spouse's work record, or if you're receiving Social Security disability insurance, the same percentage increase applies. The principles I've discussed about Medicare premiums and taxes apply to these benefits as well. I want to emphasize something really important here. You've earned these benefits. Social Security isn't a handout or a government gift. You paid into this system throughout your working life, and these are your benefits. Don't feel guilty about claiming what's yours, and don't hesitate to make sure you're getting every dollar you're entitled to. Too many people leave money on the table because they don't understand the system, or they're intimidated by the bureaucracy. That's exactly why I make these videos, to empower you with knowledge. Looking ahead beyond February, it's smart to think about your overall retirement income strategy. Social Security is the foundation for most retirees, but for many people, it's not enough to maintain the lifestyle they want. If you have other retirement accounts like a 401k or IRA, think about how you're drawing from those accounts in relation to your Social Security. The order in which you withdraw from different accounts can have significant tax implications. Also, consider whether you've claimed Social Security at the optimal time. If you haven't started benefits yet, the decision of when to claim can make a huge difference in your lifetime benefits. Claiming early means smaller monthly checks, while delaying increases your benefit. For people currently receiving reduced early retirement benefits, understanding what you're getting now helps you plan better, even if you can't change the decision you already made. If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button and share it with friends or family members who could benefit from this information. A lot of people are confused about Social Security, and sharing accurate information really helps. Drop a comment below telling me what questions you still have about Social Security or what topics you'd like me to cover next. I read every comment, and I use your feedback to create content that actually helps you. Make sure you're subscribed to this channel with notifications turned on because Social Security rules and payment amounts change regularly, and I'll keep you updated on everything you need to know. I publish new videos every week covering Social Security, Medicare, retirement planning, and strategies to maximize your benefits. Thank you so much for watching. Remember, knowledge is power, especially when it comes to your financial security. Stay informed, double-check your payments, and never hesitate to ask questions when something doesn't look right. Your financial future is too important to leave to chance. I'll see you in the next video. Take care and stay financially secure.